We want to bring up another speaker here today, another local investor who's doing this. So, Sunil, would you remind me who our speaker is going to be?
Cora. Cora is the next one.
Cora! Let's bring up Cora! Yeah! Cora! Cora, everybody! Take it away.
Thank you.
My name is Cora Cristobal. I am the founder of Toronto Women's Club. I am a real estate investor, author, mentor, and speaker. I have been helping lots of women and men to rebuild a new life, overcome obstacles, and create wealth. I have built meaningful and rewarding relationships with very successful people. I have shared stages with legends. There is really no limit to what you can do. The universe is infinite, and you can have, become, and do anything you want.
Good morning and happy Sunday. I want to tell you that I had the great opportunity to travel with my mentor, Sunil Tulsiani. First, we went to Vancouver in August of 2017. Stayed there for a week when we attended the Business Excellence course by Colin Sprake, which I think Jeff just came from Vancouver, right? Same. And we do our morning walks together. We are both devoted members of the 5 a.m. club. And in one of our walks, he asked me, Cora, what are the 5 things that I still don't know about you? I didn't know how to answer it, right? I said, just ask me any question. Anyway, I don't think I answered it, and we went to some private conversation. And then in December of last year, we went to Texas, attended an expo. And again, we walked together every day for about a week. And I just told him one thing. I told him one thing that only God and myself knows. And today, I want to share with you what it is, because I think there is a lesson that you might learn from it, that you might benefit. It was the spring of 2008. I still have my daytime job, and after work at around 6 o'clock, I drove and found myself in Darling Park by Lakeshore. Anybody knows Darling Park? It's a beautiful park, right? Yes. And I went there, I saw the cherry blossoms, very beautiful, and I found myself seated at the bench overlooking Lake Ontario. And here I am seated there in my lowest moment. That was 2008. And from 2006 to 2008, everything seems to be wrong in my life. My husband left with my 4 children with $35,000 gross income, a problem daughter. I just had my hysterectomy surgery, eye infections, eye surgery, and my brother died. I was facing Lake Ontario, and I said, what else is to come for me to give, to feel more pain and suffering? And I look at the lake and I thought, this is the end of the world for me. And I was planning to jump the lake. I was planning to jump the lake, and suddenly the images of my daughter, of my two daughters and my two sons, flashes in my mind, and the picture of my mother. And I held back, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So I went back home, and there at home, I cried and cried, and didn't know what to do. You can imagine the misery and pain that I was suffering from. And it took a lot of deep meditation and prayers before I could come back up and decided that I should be bigger than my situation. I should be bigger than my situation, and my future and my happiness will only depend on myself when there is nobody to help me. And my children, they are teenagers, and they couldn't do anything for me. So what happened is when I came back up and realized that I got to do something, I took my license in real estate, did a part-time job, rented my basement, got lines of credit, and I became a private lender. And before I knew it, I replaced the income of my husband. Then my passion for real estate came to my mind, and I started buying condos. I couldn't imagine where I got the money. People said, when you go into a divorce, you'll be able to lose your house. But I want to tell you, up to this time, I still own the house and added more houses, not only in Canada, but even in the United States. It was tough, but it was time for me to be creative and to become a problem solver. This is not very easy for me to tell you. This is the first time I ever tell this in public, and I thought I couldn't do this, but so after that, I went to events and found Sunil. I met Sunil and hired him as my mentor. And that became a turning point in my life. And this is the lesson I want to share with you. No matter what happens to your life, it seems to be the end of the world. Death, illnesses, financial crisis. You should be on your ground, and there's always something you can do. And that's when I discovered how much power I have in myself, that I can invest in real estate, hire a mentor, bought properties in the US. And I remember Sunil, when I hired him in November 2014, I was buying US property, one property every month. And that's when I learned how to raise money all by myself. How do you do this? Huh? There. And I started with all of these 3 books I wrote in 1 year. The first book on the left, I launched in March. The middle book, I launched in October. And in December, we launched in December. First 2 books, award-winning author. And the last book became international best-selling author. And I will be co-writing a book with Robert Allen. And I just finished my chapter with Brian Tracy. And I have shared stages. This is with Jack Canfield inside the limousine in March of 2017. With Brian Tracy in November in Winnipeg. This is a private breakfast with Dr. John Gray and Sunil Tulsiani in Vancouver. Now, let's go to real estate investing. So much about my story. The basic rules of real estate investing. You invest in properties at least 20% below market value. We do not buy retail, according to Mr. Robert Allen. I have a license in real estate, so I am in both sides of the coin. I am a real estate investor as well as a real estate salesperson. But we don't invest in properties that is not at least 20% below market value. You set it up as a turnkey. You get a positive cash flow, and you get at least 8 to 10% of ROI. If none of this does not, if your real estate investing does not have any of these qualifications, it doesn't make sense. And you get the property with little or no money down. And this is why we are here. Now, I would like to show you technique number 45. Mr. Robert Allen has how many techniques? 50. And the one that I will show you, which I actually did, is technique number 45, or number 9 under partners, which is you give the cash and I put up the time and expertise. Can't read it, huh? So, you give the cash, I put in the time and expertise. Oh, there. You put up the cash, I put up the time and expertise. And this is a single family home in Florida with 3 bedroom and 2 washroom. So this is a single family. And how do I structure the knocking down deal? The market value was $100,000, and we bought it for $75,000. So the market value, the property we bought is 25% below market value. I got 3 JV partners that contributed $25,000 each. So how much did I put in?
Nothing.
Correct. I did not put anything. 0. Positive cash flow monthly is $611.50. We divide that by 4 partners, so the net shares of each is $152.88, which I get every month. US dollars. So the pro forma statement, purchase cost is $75,000. The rent is $875. We get expenses, property tax of $76. Management fee, 10% is $87.50. Insurance is $60. Contingency for repairs and maintenance, $40. We have total expenses of $263.50. Oh, sorry. Anyway, that is just showing you the pro forma statement for that deal. So how do you structure a deal like this? You must have a special education. Investing in the United States is different from Canadian investing. And I took an education in US U.S. Investing. You should have connections and good relationships with people in the area where you are investing. You have to do due diligence. Just like in any place, you have to do your due diligence. And you need a mentor. I would not have done this deal without Sunil. And you have to do market comparable, both on the purchase price as well as on the rent. And you have to know rehab and renovators. And you need a reliable and good property manager. And you have to have a complete power team, lawyer, home inspectors. Due diligence, this is how to analyze a property. Number one, we determine the buying price and the market value. Is the buying price and the market value the same? Are you buying the property at the same market value? No, you have the buying price should be always lower than the market value. Number two, we identify any repairs and upgrades needed. So you get 2 to 3 quotes. Third, you research how many days it will take to sell or rent a property in the area. You do a pro forma just like what I showed you. You verify all the expenses. You review the leases and you speak with the tenants. And you get a rentals and sold comparable for that property or area. You get a good mortgage broker, banker for pre-approval, or even other sources of funds. And you check the area. So, in February of 2017, I launched the Toronto Women's Club. This is the first quarter and launching of Toronto Women's Club. This was the last quarter event in November of 2017. So we have quarterly events. And on February 24, we are going to have an event. We are going to celebrate the first year anniversary of Toronto Women's Club. And I want to tell you, while this club was formed for the benefit of the women, right now I have 6 men who have become members. And I have 3 members from Winnipeg and 1 from the United States, and she is here. Kuisha Neal. Kuisha Neal came all the way from the US to support me, together with Patricia Wyatt from North Carolina and John Reed from London, UK. Every year I go to spiritual retreat, and last year I met these women in Jamaica. And what I discovered from the time that I wanted to jump Lake Ontario up to this point, I discovered that there is so much good stuff, that life is so good, you don't lose hope. There is something inside of you. I'm very, very sure all of you came here for a reason. You came here for a reason, and now I discovered that there is so much that I can do, not only for myself and for my children, but seeing the situation of men and women who have come to me and I have helped, I know that I can help more people. And this become now, I found my true purpose when I founded Toronto Women's Club. And I would like to commend my mentor Sunil, as if my prayers were answered when at that moment when I wanted to end my life, Sunil was sent to me from the above. Sunil was sent to me to above. And I know that there were also tests and challenges when people will tell me that it's not good for me to be associated with Sunil. Sometimes when you are becoming successful and you're going up, some people want to pull you down. And I want to tell you, one of the most influential person in my life is Sunil Tulsiani, and I will be forever grateful to him. Today, I will be very happy to give away my books, my gold coins, and if you think I can do something for you, come to my booth, and I'm going to give away at the end of the day $500. It is not as big as Robert Edler's $500 US. But this is still $500 that can help you. So I'm going to give it away. And I would like to end this short presentation by leaving you a message. You've spent 2 days at this event. Take whatever you learn, take it into your mind and into your heart, and do something. And do something about it. And if you think I can help you, or any one of the mentors here, go to them. If you need somebody, you hire a mentor, invest in yourself, and truly, I want every one of you to be happy and successful. It is only you who can do that. Thank you very much.